So I asked Soap and Clay Kidlet number 2 if she wanted to decide the actual design for this bar because this is her birth month and she gets big into it. And, you know, she's a summer baby. So who better to ask than a summer baby for a summer soap? And then I got really concerned because after I asked her, I thought, oh no, no, this is the month that I have to put a certain bar in. Like it has to exist. It can't not be. Luckily, this was the design she picked anyway. So like, huge relief for me. I will tell you all about the soap that almost didn't exist in the line in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. Amazon just dropped something off. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 161 of 365 days of soap, and today we are doing the 7th bar in the 12 months of soap set. We are doing July, and July has to be a watermelon, right? Like, how could it freaking not be? And I've always done a watermelon in this soap set, and I think it's my one staple that always exists every year. And when I kicked it to Scout to design it, ultimately she ended up going with watermelon too. So when she brought me the picture and she's like, I want it to smell like watermelon, perfectly, it's a watermelon. That's amazing. What a great idea, Scout. Thank you. And I'm glad that she selected what she did. Because again, a watermelon has to exist. So let's go to the pour. I actually do different varieties of watermelon each time I do a watermelon soap. So let's go see what I decided to do this time as far as how much of the red, how much of the rind, and what I use for the seeds. Oh my God, all of the jump cuts in the face part, like go back and watch or pay attention during the end part, they are ridiculous. I've been fighting with a fly all day today, and F that guy. And so every jump cut was because this fly was just messing with me. So for the green, we are using Let Us Entertain You and Enchanted Forest. And for the pinky bit, we are going to roll with Watermelon Crush because it has it right there in the name. So let's do that thing. Apparently, according to the package, it says that this used to be called Hot Lips in Mad Mica. So now you know. And for the lye solution, we are using actually watermelon White Claw in place of water for the lye solution. And I'm also drinking a watermelon White Claw while I talk to you about it because I'm really liking all of the cool summery vibes that are occurring with the May bar and the June bar and now the July bar. And so I'm going to enjoy a delicious beverage whilst I do so today because that's fun. And I haven't had a reason. See the fly still there? Like what the actual... It's great. I love this for me. It's actually a really weird thing because like it warmed up for a little bit and then got super cold. So we've been like in this constant state of it's always that time where the flies come inside to die. But it's just been that all fall because it's been a weird season. I don't know, whatever. You don't give a shit about flies. You have flies. Everybody has flies. It's just annoying when it's just this rogue fly that seems to torment me whenever I'm filming videos, and it seems like at no other time. Don't see them unless I'm recording. Okay, and on to the pour, and let's see what we are working with for this one. I'm always curious as to how I decide to do the watermelon soaps, because I do them a little bit different every time, because that's fun. So it looks like I'm going to let all of a dark green just sit and rest in the container, and then do a swirl of the dark and the light green on top of that. Okay, cool. There have been other times where I have done just a swirl on the bottom with the greens. So it's all a fun thing. When you have done a bar like this so many times, it's always fun just play with it and, change up the design a little bit. And in this one, already looking at this, I'm a little bit concerned that I'm going to end up with too much rind and not enough meat, the fruit part. But, either way, it won't super matter. But also, that's kind of fitting for this last summer anyway, 2021 summer. We actually, only had watermelon one time, which is weird. And 2, that's actually really weird. Why did we only have watermelon once? I suppose a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was not actually grocery shopping. I was ordering a lot, and because, COVID. And I just feel bad when you start putting things like melons and stuff on shopping lists that somebody else has to go pull for you. Like, yeah, I give them very good tips and all of those things, but God, your whole job is doing the shittiest parts of grocery shopping, which is the shopping. And, if it's me doing the shopping, well, then yeah, I'll figure out the watermelon situation and how to keep it in my cart without it rolling off or doing whatever, and then fit everything else around it. Because things don't go around watermelons just well in the grocery carts, do they? No, of course they don't. And so, or any melon to that. And you can't just kind of stack it. What are you going to do? Stack it on top of your bag of potato chips? That's a terrible idea, because then all your potato chips are crushed. And that's not fun. Nobody likes potato crumbles. I mean, you can do lots with potato chip crumbles, I suppose. I have so many freaking alarms going off right now. I have lots of reminders. Okay, so a little swirl here with green, white, and green. The Let Us Entertain You, the Enchanted Forest, and white. And yeah, anyway, watermelon this year. The only watermelon we had this year in July, this summer, had a whole lot of rind and not a lot of meat. And so actually, if this ends up too rindy and not meaty enough, that would totally make sense. And that is ricey and weird, which is not cool. And the fly is still flying in and out of my shot. Love this so much. Everything about this. Best day ever. Anyway, so this particular watermelon is... What is it? Can I see it? Oh, this one is from Nature's Garden. It's actually a pink watermelon, and I've never messed with this one before. So I wanted to see what it did. And it looks like it got a little thick, got a little clumpy, got a little ricey. So noted, and I won't do this again for this watermelon soap. I mean, I have used it because I've used everything from Nature's Garden, but I've never used it for this particular pour. I mostly have used this for kids' bath bombs, actually. And I think as blends, because I used to do this really cool melon and sage blend, which sounds like it would be awful. But here's the thing. I got this sage from Brambleberry one year, several years ago, and it smelled terrible. Like terrible. It was really, really bad. And I ordered a lot of it, thinking it was just going to smell like sage. It did not. It did not. And so, just to get rid of it, I ended up blending it with a whole bunch of stuff over, the period, or the course of many, many bars and many, many different types. And after your original, like, obvious things that you blend sage with, blackberry and lavender and vanilla, and you start getting weird. And I got weird and blended it with this pink watermelon once. And so that's the story to how it got into soap once upon a time. So I have used it from Nature's Garden, just never used it on its own in a straight watermelon bar and for these purposes. Smells good though. And the scent retention is good in bath bombs. Gonna find out what it does just on its own in soap. There's a fly again. There it is. I'm not going to even bother cutting any of this out anymore. I don't care. I'm not going to try. We're going to name him. We're going to name him Fred. Actually, interestingly, when we poured these counters that I am, currently doing my thing on right now, they were beautiful. And it was so much fun. And we actually used micas to make them. And it was this whole thing. And we were out there watching them and checking them and popping bubbles and doing all the things for like 3 or 4 hours while they were setting up. And then it was time to go to bed because it was like 10 o'clock. And we go to bed early, even on the weekends, because, we get up early. And because that's just who we are. You know what? You don't have to stay up late in order to be cool. Okay? I'm just throwing that out there. I'm super cool. And also I put more of the watermelon crush in there because it was not going to work out well. And I did mix it with a little bit of Merlot from Brambleberry as well. But the color that you could use from Mad Micas for that would be Angry Rose. Pretty sure it's the same mica. And for this one, we're going to do poppy seeds for the seeds in the watermelon, as opposed to putting in embeds or doing whatever. And you can go a myriad of ways as far as putting the seeds into a watermelon soap. You can do soap dough and run it through an extruder. You can do the poppy seed way. You can do little melt and pour things. I've done all of those things, and it all always ends up looking like a watermelon. So it's really just your call, whatever you want to do. I'm a little bit worried that this particular watermelon meat color is a little bit too light though. So while I see pop and gel all of my stuff anyway, we will definitely do it for this one and really keep our fingers crossed that it's going to darken up, because kind of need it to darken up. At this point, the color of that looks, well, I don't know. It looks like meat of some sort. I'm just not placing what kind of meat. And now you're probably quizzically looking at it going, what the hell kind of meat are you eating? And to answer your question, I don't actually know. Because I cannot for the life of me look at that and go, oh yeah, that meat, that's corned beef. It's looking like corned beef. That's what color it is. Like cooked corned beef. Right? Not the stuff that's in the package, because isn't raw corned beef like more red? It looks like cooked corned beef. I don't know. You guys, I don't know anything about cooking or meat or anything that isn't soap. I dislike cooking. I really dislike working with meat. And it's not because I'm a vegan. It's just I don't like working with raw meat. It grosses me out. It really squigs me out. And it shouldn't, because I grew up on a cattle ranch and I should be just fine with all of this. But, I'm not. I'm not. Point is, I need this to look like fruit meat and not meat when this is all said and done. So after I sculpt this top and put some cute little poppy seed, stuff in the little, top that I'm sculpting, it is going to go into the oven for C-Pop and gel. We are going to really keep our fingers crossed that these micas do what they're told and go where they're supposed to. The fly is bothering me right now, currently, while I am doing this voiceover. This is a very irritating fly. Maybe it's one of those things. I recently listened to this true crime thing about Dahlia DiPolito, and she's in jail. Like, she's not a good person. But anyway, she claimed that the whole thing with her trying to kill her husband, she didn't, but she tried to hire a hitman to do so, was because they all wanted to be on reality TV. Like that was the defense. It's a pretty awful defense. But now I'm wondering if that's not what the fly is doing. So, you know, no, I mean, she still did the thing. She got caught on like 3 different types of cameras doing the thing. Anyway, on to the cut. That says J in that thing there, and I'm not going to go back and change it because for whatever reason, that last one always messes up. Oh no, there's not enough meat. Yeah, that last title screen always messes up, and I don't know why. And I always forget to change it, and so at this point, I just leave it. I just leave it now and wait for somebody to point it out and say, ding, 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 you want a prize. But usually you guys, oh, well, that's not bad. That's not nearly as bad as I thought that was going to be. Usually you guys get an ad during that point anyway, right? Because Facebook, my God, this audio is weird. This is what happens when you let me drink White Claw and talk. It's just all over the place. More so than usual. More so than non-White Clawed me. Anyway, YouTube just, you can kind of select where your ads go. I just don't. I just let it do its thing on its own because it's pretty smart. It seems to be pretty smart. And it seems to only put the ads right there at those title screens. So you might not even see it anyway and notice. But every once in a while, people do notice and say you have a typo. And I'm like, I know. Ding, ding, ding. You won a prize for paying attention. I love that. What prize? I don't know. There's no prize. There's no prize. There could be a prize at the end of all of this, though. Guys, 10 Days of Thanks is coming up. Those are a crazy 10 days. And we're going to structure it a little bit different this year. And not only have 10 Days of Thanks, like for all the freebies for every day, but also have the Small Business Saturday sales already going on the website. So you can also do the rest of your shopping. So you don't have to place 2 orders in like a 12-day period, because that's always stupid. That's kind of annoying, right? Although there are a lot of people who just do that and try to get multiple of the freebies, and that's all good fun too. That works as well. But oh gosh, the soap, it's great, right? It's awesome. It's a watermelon soap. It's month 7 of the 12 months of soap. It's cool. It's a very different watermelon than what I usually do, but that red actually ended up looking pretty cool. So watermelon crush plus, you know, Merlot / Angry Rose, and you've got a winner. That is day 161. And there it is, July's watermelon soap. And yeah, this time around, I decided just to go with poppy seeds for the seeds because I've been putting in so many melt and pour embeds and whatnot throughout all these designs that I felt like this one just needed a nice little nod. And so we have the June bar that has the pumice sand in it because it's a beach theme. We have the July bar that has the poppy seeds in it. So we have 2 exfoliants. And I think that's it so far. So I better remember to put another exfoliant in because I think we need at least 1 more. I'm a sucker for scrubby soaps in general. I'm also a sucker for watermelon soaps. They're very fun to look at. They're very fun to smell. And nothing says July in summertime like watermelon because it's the best. So there they are. They are in the line. Luckily, they were not forgotten. If you are interested in the 12 months of soap set, you can get the set when we are done with the series, and that's going to be a while because we're just over halfway done. And if you are interested in getting the set for free, subscribe, head over to soapandclay.com and click on the newsletter, sign up for that, and during 10 Days of Thanks, you might get one of those guys for free. I will be giving away 10 of these 12 months of soap sets during 10 Days of Thanks. So if you're interested in snagging 12 beautiful soaps for the low, low price of $0 hairs, go do all those things. For everybody who is a sudser, hey, thank you for having done all those things. I hope you get to win something. That would be amazing. For me, I am out of here for today. I appreciate each and every one of you for having joined me for another round of 365 days of soap. I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.